Hello and welcome. In this session, we're going to discuss especially the notations of entity relationship diagram. Okay, so let me get to the ERD lab, which should be one of these. The business rules are supplied, and what you do as you read the business rules, and these are the business rules, um, and usually it's written in plain English so that the technical person and non-technical person can understand. Usually the way it goes, a non-technical person comes to you, you're the technical person, and says, hey, can you um, design and develop a database management system for me? And then you interview the client, and then he says, okay, I'm managing this many employees, they work for this many hours, I work on different project. In this case, it's a educational system, Seneca College, and maybe the president of Seneca College asking for this. And then once you finish the interview, you may have subsequent questions. Once you have this clarified, then you write the business rules in plain English so that you as a technical person understand, also the non-technical person understand, and you tick mark that, okay, is this correct or wrong? Is this correct or wrong? And then say, the non-technical person says, no, this seems about right. Yes, yes, yes. And then you end up with these business rules. So you write these business rules. Like an example, a professor can work for only one department. A program has many courses. Once you've written these, and then you identify the entity. Now, the term entity usually are the common nouns. We have proper noun, common noun. Now, the common nouns where the information could be evolving around it becomes a candidate for to become an entity, and an entity usually becomes a table once you implement in the database management system. So for instance, professor is a noun, and there are information like professor's last name, first name, professor's employee ID, address, email, contact information. You store them, and maybe his salary also. So it's a potential candidate, that information evolving around it. As an employee, you should store the employee's information, right? Then you once you identify all the entities, then you go with the relationship. We have a separate lesson on the relationship types, the three different relationship types: one to one, one to many, many to many, and how to handle them. In this lecture, we are actually basically trying to identify the notation and then, excuse me, and an important concept called cardinality ratio, which is a participation, optional or mandatory. If you read the website, week 8, the notations are defined here, and which is good. I'm going to show the solution I supply for the ERD. Make things more explicit, but this is okay. Whatever notation you use, you write it in the footnote so that, let's say you designed it, you're no more with the company, you got laid off, another new employee comes in, so that he looks into the diagram and he can understand everything about the database system. It's like an ERD is like a blueprint. Civil engineers looking into the blueprint, and knows in the building, okay, where is the kitchen located, where is the living room. Same thing, a software developer looks into UML diagram and knows, okay, these are the classes, these are the functions within the class, the properties, how they're related in between among the classes and so forth. So same thing looking into this, okay, how many tables are there, how they're related, the diagram should make sense. Now, in this diagram, we can see two entities, department and employee. It's a common practice that you put it into two columns. One column, all the attributes of the columns of the table, and the other side, the constraints. Okay, you should try to make it explicit. That means put all the constraints necessary. Here we can see only primary key and foreign key. Now, there must be a reason that some of the column names are bold, some of them not. It could be because they are not null. That means whenever you insert data, you must insert something. Null values are empty. Column values are not accepted. So probably that's the reason they're bold. And whereas these are maybe null values are allowed or optional, these column values. So there could be um, a reason, or you write it in the footnote. Hey, bold face column name means not null constraint in place. Okay. Okay, now we are discussing the notation here. What is this double bar? What is this circle? We know that if it's a single line, then this is one side. And if there is three crow's foot notation, that means this is many side. That means the business rule here is saying one department can have many employees working for it, but an employee must be working for only one department, right? That's the business rule ideally here. But what is double bar and what is the circle doing here? This is called cardinality ratio, or the participation, whether each row in the table or each instance of an entity has to mandatorily take part in the relationship, or it may not take part at all. That means a row sitting in this table may be related or may not be related. That is the concept of cardinality, okay, or the participation is optional or mandatory. Let's get back. Um, so this circle means optional, and this double bar means mandatory. So here, um, this is one side, this is many for sure, but this circle says that there may be a department. Of course, a department can have many employees working, but a department may not have any employees working for it. Maybe this department is in closing phase, all the employees are gone, or um, maybe this department has just been opened, no employees has been assigned into this department. Okay, so there may be a department who doesn't have any employees, so zero employees. So you may have an employee name or row sitting in this department table that is not related with any of the rows in the other side. However, once you have double bar, this means this is mandatory. That means if there is an employee sitting here or a row in this table, must be related. It must be that employee must be working for some department. That's what this cardinality or the participation, every row of a table is participating or not, whether it is optional or mandatory. So again, this means a department, there may be an employee um, uh, working or may not, and but if there is an employee, he must be working for a department. Now, usually some textbooks I've seen, they say they put it this notation cardinality in the other side. Okay, but that depends. You write down everything in the footnote. Okay, so more notation here. It seems both sides are optional. Of course, the department can have many employees, but an employee can only work for one department. But it seems there may be an employee who may not be working for any department. An example is the president. He doesn't work for any department, so he does not have any rows related in the department table. So the president of the company not necessarily is working for any department. So in that sense, the the president is still an employee because he may be drawing salary. He is just sitting there. There is no associated row in the department table for him. Yeah, so that's why we have both circle here. Okay, again, department is of course one side. Because at most an employee can be related with one department, but at least minimum zero. So that's why we say zero or one. Okay, and this is we say zero or many. That means the department may have zero employees or many employees. So this is what we call the term cardinality ratio. Often means minimum and maximum participation. That is, an employee may be participating in one department, but may not be participating in any. So zero and one, the minimum maximum participation. But department side, minimum it may have zero employees, maximum could be many. Okay? Or you limit, okay, 40 employees or so. Like in a classroom, we have 40 seats. So once the 40 students enrolled in a class, that section is closed. Okay. Excuse me. Similarly here, this is a minimum maximum is 1 and 1 because it's mandatory participation. Minimum is 1, maximum also 1. But here, minimum is 0, maximum is many. A department may have many employees working, may not have any employees working, but an employee must be working for only one department. Cannot be 0 department because we have double bar, means it's mandatory participation. Okay, so that's the concept of this cardinality. Now, if we go to this is a sample solution for the lab. Um, I use the notation. Some places I use this optional, but if I am not using this 0 or double bar, then I'm usually writing it. It's making things, everything explicit. What is the minimum and maximum number? So here it looks like a program is offered from only one department, a minimum one department, maximum one department. Okay, that makes sense. Like CPA, School of Computer Programming Analysis, as CPA, CPD, BSD. If you pick any program, it's coming from minimum one and maximum one department. So you have double bar, minimum, maximum, one and one. But if you have a department like computer programming analysis, it got multiple programs. So this is one side, this is many sides. So we're saying minimum there could be one program, maximum many program. We don't say there is a department, but there is no program. Then that would have been 0 here. Would have been 0, but it's not 0. So this is how I would draw the ER diagram, that making things as explicit as possible. And in the footnote, I would write what is PK, means primary key. What is NN, means not null constraint. What is FK, means foreign key. Okay. So since this is one side department and this program is many side, for example, so how do you make the relationship? You must bring the primary key of one side will always go to the many side as a foreign key. That's the rule of thumb for one to many relationship. Now the primary key of one side will always go to the many side as a foreign key. So department ID coming here. I mean, it means whatever data you insert in this column, it must already exist in the parent tables or the primary key column, right? In this relationship, this is parent, this is child. Okay? You cannot insert a department ID that doesn't exist here, right? Okay, we can pick more examples, making things explicit. We see, so professor and course. It's like one professor can teach many courses. A course can be taught by many professors in terms of the section, right? So we break it down into section, and that is the bridge table. So professor and course, many-to-many relations. We have the bridge table. So we go via the bridge. And we name it section. So immediately we know that in the bridge table, we bring the participating entities primary key. So DID comes here. We have a section ID. We have, that's foreign key, not the professor ID. So EID is the professor ID is the primary key here. So that comes here as a foreign key. Similarly, course ID is the primary key. That comes here as a foreign key. And we don't want to make them a composite key. So we introduced a surrogate key, an extra column called section ID. Usually that makes sense. I mean, if you look into Blackboard, there is a section number. I think if you go here, then this is actually concatenated. You have, once the front end fetches information, you have section ID, you have term ID. It's concatenated where you're displaying in the HTML, right? Okay, so and this is the course title. Okay, so it's a complete string, but this is the section number that's being displayed as an example. Okay, so we again see that the bridge table becomes the many side with the participating entity. So professor is one side, this is many. Similarly, course is one side, this is many side. Now we have an optionality here. That means a course may have sections may not. It's not being offered, let's say. In that sense, it's zero, or it may have many sections. Okay. So anyway, so this is making the cardinality ratio, minimum, maximum, the participation, optional or mandatory, that is a row in this table or an instance in this entity, whether it's mandatory to participate in this relationship or not. That's what this cardinality ratio means. So it is important that you ex, you explicitly mark everything in this entity relationship diagram. If you do that, then whoever designed the database, if he leaves the company, it doesn't matter. I can see this diagram. I know exactly which table are related with what table, what are the constraints, what are the foreign key, and what are the check constraints. For instance, I have salary. Salary cannot be negative. So I have a check constraint in place greater than zero, right? And I can see everything, primary key, foreign key, where is it coming from, or so forth. Okay? So you read the business rules and you decide what should be your entities, what are the relationships, and you mention the participation or the cardinality. That is, what is the minimum and maximum participation. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.